How much would you have given to be able to do that?
Oh, what a mission, what a mission.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's an incredible achievement. I mean, the entire programme from Mercury, Gemini through Apollo, leading up to the Apollo 11 landing, absolutely phenomenal.
Some guys, eh? So brave.
Absolutely. To be able to do all of that in such a short time. Of course, they had their problems on the way, the tragic Apollo 1 fire, but actually that probably set them on the path to success, because if they hadn't had those disasters, then they wouldn't have had the change in technology that enabled them to do the landing.
It's reignited in a really positive way everybody's interest in space. I mean, I know I'm a terrible geek and I love everything to do with it, but it's remarkable how this anniversary has actually, you know, people are really interested again, which is great, you know.
Everybody remembers where they were.
Oh, definitely.
And for those who weren't alive...
You weren't even born.
I was born in '72 when Gene Cernan, the last man on the moon, was doing Apollo 17. But even for people like myself who weren't alive to watch the landings, to see the footage and to be born into a world where humans have walked on the moon is, you know, hugely inspiring. I sat in a cockpit as a teenager and got the chance to fly, and from that moment onwards, I knew I wanted to be a pilot. So I followed a career as a pilot, and I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to be an astronaut later. It's fun to reflect. I mean, I saw that for 6 months out of my window, but it never gets old. I mean, every time you see the Earth from space, you're seeing a different part of the planet, or even if it's the same part, you're seeing different conditions, different weathers, different seasons. It's absolutely phenomenal.
And it's got to change you. It's got to change how you feel about the planet and how you feel about the future of the planet and all of these things, surely. It
does. It certainly makes you appreciate, you know, how fragile our existence is on one planet in the universe. It's a very big black universe out there, and when you see the Earth and nothing but blackness, you realise, OK, this is it. This is home. We need to look after it. And every time you see a sunrise or sunset, you get to see just how thin the atmosphere is. And we orbit the Earth, you know, 16 times a day, so we get plenty of sunrises and sunsets to be able to see that. So it does change your perspective completely.
No, very much so. You've got to go back, surely. Will there be an opportunity for you to go back?
I certainly hope so, yes. Myself and my classmates at the European Space Agency, we all hope to have a second mission by 2024. And we're looking forward not just to International Space Station missions, but now, of course, we're looking at going to the moon as part of a new international partnership. We're at the European Space Agency. We build the service module for NASA's Orion spacecraft. And so this is the spacecraft that's going to take us back to the moon. And we're building a gateway in lunar orbit, and that will facilitate the lunar landing missions, and also in the future it will facilitate missions to Mars.
And do you think there would be a base there? Or is that just sci-fi? Do you think
that
absolutely.
Will that is the plan, is to have a sustainable lunar exploration program. So I think the South Pole is looking like a very good candidate to have a permanent habitation there, because there's water ice, and from water ice, of course, we can make rocket fuel, hydrogen and oxygen, and we can also have water for life support systems. But I think the great thing about the Gateway, this sort of space station around the moon, is it can enable landings at any part of the lunar surface. Not just the equator, for example, during the Apollo era, but it can go to the poles, it could go to the equator, it can go to the far side of the moon. So it allows us to do lunar exploration everywhere.
Wow, that's amazing. And you yourself, you have inspired a whole new generation of little boys and girls that want to be astronauts, and that, much more importantly than that, that are really interested. And they're going to be demanding that this happens. They want to see it. What is the point of being here if we don't push ourselves and we don't find out these things?
Absolutely.
You know, really, we have to. That's why we're here. We've got to have curiosity. We have to actually do these things.
Yes, yeah. And I think that looking ahead to the future as well, Mars offers so much more in terms of understanding our place in the universe, in terms of exploring another planet that could have harboured life, had a liquid ocean, had an atmosphere that was once, you know, a few billion years ago, the Martian atmosphere was similar to Earth's atmosphere. So what happened to Mars? You know, we need to understand that.
Oh, it's amazing. Now, you know that I'm going to be doing astronaut training.
Yes.
I mean, I'll be rubbish, but I'm going to try really hard.
You'll be great.
I really do. Now, there is a little test that I'm a bit worried about, but what is this test?
OK, so one of the things that we get tested for is memory retention.
OK. That's me then, stuffed.
So we get a number of different tests, but one of them is your ability to remember numbers.
Oh, dear.
So I'm going to read some numbers, and then you have to recite them backwards.
Backwards?
So I've got a card here. So, for example, If I said 864,
yes,
your answer would be 468.
Right, is that it then?
Okay,
Oh,
that's
fine.
it. That's it. Okay, so here we go. 7235.
5372. No.
7. Nearly 5
I
3.
can't do it.
5 3 2 7.
5327 7352.
So let's try 5.
Right.
93021.
12035.
39.
Oh,
so close.
Oh, I nearly
so close.
scored it. Could have been. Do you know what? I think I'm going to leave it to you to do the real proper stuff.